Hey guys, this is Evan Bloss with Pocketnow, back with another throwback gadget that will make you appreciate your modern daily driver all that much more. So this time around, I thought we'd check out a device that makes last episode's Palm 5X look practically modern in comparison, the Sharp Wizard OZ7600, better known as the Wizard 32K. Hailing all the way back to 1991, this version of the Wizard predates the original Palm Pilot by over 5 years, although you've probably noticed that its classic clamshell design is still being utilized in the electronic dictionaries that seem to be all the rage in Korea and Japan. The first thing you'll notice about the 7600 is its QWERTY keyboard. Standard on many smartphones today, but considered somewhat revolutionary in the early 90s. In fact, the first member of the Wizard 7000 series had a portrait clamshell design, meaning that it opened like a book, and featured a frustrating ABCD keyboard layout that most likely mistrained a generation of thumb typists. Now, they didn't call this the Wizard 32 because there were 31 models predating it. Believe it or not, this personal digital assistant came preloaded with a grand total of 32 kilobytes of storage memory. But what if you needed more than 3% of a megabyte to store all your addresses and calendar entries? Well, the Wizard 32 had you covered with this exceptionally large expansion slot, which in this case is packing a full 32 kilobytes of flash data storage. Like the compact flash and SDIO slots that came after it, this expansion bay allowed the user to add functionality to the device as well. One could also purchase a variety of non-memory modules such as a dictionary card and a variety of games. Best of all, the cards could sport up to 20 buttons which were triggered by pressing on this plastic covering. Worst of all, a watch-type battery was required inside the cards themselves, making permanent data loss a frequent occurrence. For those of you who remember a sitcom called Seinfeld starring a comedian of the same name, you may recall an episode wherein Jerry's father distributed wizards to fellow condo dwellers for use as tip calculators. Of course, being a comedy, he actually purchased a lot of knockoff devices which miscalculated tips and led, of course, to some very comedic situations. Now, 32 kilobytes wasn't going to stay the norm forever, and Sharp quickly came out with smaller, more compact models with more memory like 256K, but that did not have the expansion slot from the older models. So much more pocketable and probably a lot more stylish. Well, that's all the retro fun we have for you today, good viewer. But please tune in next time as we take a look at some of the devices which have helped shape our lives and the gadgets in our lives. Thanks again for tuning in.